Hello everybody. Today I would like to talk about what some people call the sophomore slump in high school. That is how sophomores oftentimes take it down a notch, get complacent, and don't always keep their foot on the pedal. That's our discussion for today. If you have a sophomore, a rising sophomore, who's someone who's going into sophomore year, you might want to tune in. Hello everybody, I'm Phil Black. I run an online mentoring program called PrepWell Academy, where I help rising freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors make smart decisions about high school, about college, about life, about careers, about college majors, and about how to make smart decisions, particularly during these transition times, as in going into sophomore year. I was a former Navy SEAL, Goldman Sachs investment banker, went to Yale University and Harvard Business School, was a firefighter, am a firefighter, entrepreneur, been on Shark Tank, have 4 kids going through this process, been running this program for many years, seen a lot of kids, a lot of patterns, a lot of good stuff, but a lot of problems too. So let's talk about the sophomore slump. Why does it happen? Well, it happens because freshman year, everyone's paying attention to you. You're the poor, lowly, woe is me freshman. People are making sure that you're okay. Do you know how to get to your classrooms? How is everything going? Everybody's chatting you up because you're a freshman. When you're a senior, life is good. You're applying to colleges. That's a whole conversation unto itself. When you're a junior, you're getting absolutely pummeled. And everybody knows not to talk to you because you've got SATs. You've got all your hardest classes. You've got your extracurriculars. You've got your AP classes. You are getting slaughtered. Sophomore, on the other hand, you can kind of slide in there under the radar. Why? Because you're not a freshman anymore. You know your way around. You've got your little affinity group, your little clique, your little team that you're on. You know where your locker is. No one's taking your lunch money anymore. You know your way around the school. You're pretty confident. You know, you're not a freshman anymore. You've got your groove down. No one's bugging you. You're not a freshman anymore. No one's having a pity party because you're a junior. So you're on the basically in stealth mode. Sometimes students take that advantage of that and they start looking around and saying, hey, listen, we got it easy this year. We're not freshmen. Next year is going to be a bloodbath. Let's just go into cruise control. Let's just hang out. Let's just have fun. Now, mind you, I'm certainly not a slave driver, somebody who's constantly all over you about, hey, you got to keep your pedal to the metal at all times, no let up, no slack at all, every second of the day. No. However, I do see sophomores taking it down a notch, maybe not being as fastidious, not paying as much attention to detail, not being as concerned, not being as conscientious because they're in that lull period. They understand that 11th grade is going to be rough, so they're kind of like riding it out. I don't like that idea. Slack is good every once in a while, but I don't like the idea of taking it down a notch. I think you should be doubling down. Sophomore year is the year that you can separate yourself from everybody else. Why? Because they're riding it out. And if you do a little bit of extra work, you're going to be good to go. You're going to separate yourself from the masses. How do you do that? Well, number one, you can be a leader. Be a leader in sophomore year. Junior year, you're going to have so much work. Maybe you don't want to have that leadership position that's so important for people. Also looks good on the resume. I'm not just saying. If you want to have a leadership position, consider being a leader in sophomore year when you have a little bit more room on your schedule in most cases. If you try to lump everything into junior year, a lot of people have their hardest classes, their most extracurriculars are the toughest. Then they sometimes are just starting the college admissions process, which I don't like. I like starting earlier. They have all this stuff going down, and then they've got to be a leader because they've got to get it done before senior year to get it on the resume. Let's back that up a little bit. Be a leader in sophomore year. Try to be the captain of the team. Try to have a leadership role in the debate club or whatever you do, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, whatever it might be. Try to become a leader sophomore year. Get it off the plate for junior year. Secondly, I want you to either revamp or reinforce your study habits. You've had a whole year under your belt to figure out how this high school thing works. If you've got it nailed, great. Ramp it up a little bit. You're ramping it up a little bit because junior year is going to be even harder. You don't want to settle down. You don't want to take a couple steps backwards. You want to ramp it up. Take whatever that good stuff you were doing and double down on it. If you didn't particularly have a great freshman year, now's not the time to keep doing that same old thing. Now's the time to revamp, reconstruct, recalibrate, and get after it. Start taking the lessons that you learned in freshman year and get better at it so you're more well prepared for junior year. If you have a son or daughter who's a rising sophomore, please send them this message. Please tell them to get after it. Please tell them not to ratchet it down and to get complacent. They should redouble their efforts, get after it, and set themselves up for a great junior year with a little bit less pressure because they feel like their momentum is up and they haven't slacked off. Please share this with them. Please tag them in this video. Please give me a thumbs up. Give me a comment. Tell me whether you thought this was a good idea, bad idea. Tell me if there's any feedback whatsoever. Please put a comment below on something that you'd like me to address, maybe in tomorrow's episode. Because as I told you before, I have committed every day of the summer to come at you with what I hope is interesting information, thought pieces, something that's going to prompt you, something, a little bit of advice or guidance that you can use to help your son or daughter. Now, interestingly, a lot of times the focus is on seniors and that filling out applications and how to get target list of schools and all that stuff. And I have a big focus on the junior kids, the freshmen, just starting off. Once again, it's the sophomores that fly under the radar. Not today, friends. Not today. Sophomores, stand up, be counted, and have a great year. Thanks for joining, and see you tomorrow.